The THE Awards are held annually in London and they celebrate some of the remarkable achievements of the UK higher education sector. More than 1,000 people gather in London for the glittering ceremony which celebrate the sector's best universities, its best leadership, its best research and some of its best collaboration, all things that make the UK higher education sector one of the best, if not the best, in the world. Now, one of the most popular awards of the night is the Most Innovative Teacher of the Year award, and I'm here at Canterbury Christ Church University to speak to the 2016 winner, Dr. Sara Wolfson, a senior lecturer in early modern history here. First of all, congratulations, Dr. Wolfson. It must have been a very enjoyable evening for you.
Oh, thank you, Chris. It was a fantastic night, apart from the fact that I didn't actually think that I won the award, because there was another lady who spells her name exactly like me in my category. It's like, oh, it must be the nice archaeologist from York. And I was like, oh no. And then they said Wolfson. I was like, yes!
Oh, that's lovely. Well, it all ended well.
It all ended very well. I was so pleased to win. And he was a great host on the evening as well.
Jolly good. I mean, the name of the award is the Most Innovative Teacher of the Year. I mean, that word innovation gets bandied around a lot, and when it comes to teaching, I guess my question is, what does it mean? A lot of people would say we've got some tried and tested methods. They'd say, the sage on the stage, and stand up there, impart your knowledge on the students, and they'll take it away with them. What's the importance of innovation, do you think, in teaching?
Oh, I think innovation is crucial. In fact, I would say that educating somebody in a creative and innovative way should really be at the heart of higher education learning, because I suppose I see innovation as a key, really, to get students to not only think for themselves but to ask questions of the material, of me, of each other, and really just to have fun with the subject, because after all, shouldn't education be enjoyable? It should be fun, really. So I would say to those people who say, oh, it's a dry and tested method, that really they should be thinking about what type of students are they teaching now, because not everybody learns the same, and we have everybody's aware that now we are having a lot more students at university who necessarily 10-15 years ago might not necessarily come to university higher education. So we have to start thinking about how do we engage these students, and for most people an innovative and creative way is really a good way to get their interest, retain it, and to keep them here as well.
Can you give us an example of how you've changed that up a bit?
I work in partnership with my students. I don't mean that as a sort of cliche term, but I really, really do. My students help me design my module, so they know exactly what the learning outcomes are, they know what the assessments are, they've agreed the assessment, they've agreed the content, and in that way it really makes them invest in my course. So for instance, the room that we're sitting in here today is where I held actually twice now a huge exhibition for my second year module, Sex, Deviance and Death in Early Modern England, known as SDD for short.
Right.
I did not name it that, the students named it that. But the students all voted to change one of the assessments from a poster to they changed it from a tract to a poster exhibition. So between them, they designed this whole exhibition. We invited people from the local community into Canterbury Christ Church University. They got funding, they did marketing, they got the posters produced professionally. We had a wonderful wine reception here, and it gave the students a chance to really display their research to the wider community, and for them to really be part of the research process and to really celebrate their learning and their achievements. Couldn't have been more proud of them. Did really, really well. And another occasion, I had a colleague from History of Parliament, Dr. Simon Healy, down, and we recreated the trial of Charles I.
Right.
So that was quite good fun, and it really brought history and the debates alive for the students, which was excellent and that was for first years. So
it sounds very interesting. All this comes, of course, at a time when teaching in UK higher education is really under the microscope.
Yes, it is.
We've had the recent publication of the Teaching Excellence Framework, which ostensibly at least seeks to rank universities gold, silver or bronze based on their teaching ability. The NSS, of course, makes big news every year. Is that a good thing, do you think? We've had research excellence for a while. This teaching excellence framework, is it putting teaching front and centre in a good way, do you think, that gives it a bit more priority that perhaps it's missed out on before?
I think possibly it's probably quite necessary with the increase in fees now. It's not surprising that teaching across the HE sector is being, assessed and considered. And, with the fee increase, people do want to know, what are we getting for our money? And I think because the fees have increased, that it should necessarily be on par with research. I mean, we all are, indebted to research-informed teaching, but that also comes at a price where we have to understand what students are getting for their money now. And for parents and students thinking about what university to go to, the Teaching Excellence Framework does actually provide a good meter for them to look at what delivery they're going to get once they're inside the building. And yes, I think it does necessarily help showcase good teaching, and I think it should do too, because teaching and research for me personally should go hand in hand together. My research benefits from my teaching, and my teaching benefits from my research. And what if you balance it well, that the student should also feel part of that research culture, and that's actually quite a beautiful thing to do, and to be able to encourage, really.
Sure. And the next question is quite a big question, a very broad question, but I feel I can ask you as our most innovative teacher of the year. What does good teaching look like in a university?
Well, I think good teaching should really prioritise this sense of partnership between the student and the lecturer. I think that in terms of, as an educator, good university teaching should really be about developing the whole person, educating the individual, not only be educating them in terms of the subject content, but helping develop their skill set, the socio-cultural skill set, and the moral skill set as well. So it's not just about informing them, about the subject, which is of course really important, but it's about making sure they have the skills to take that beyond the ivory towers of academia into the wider world as well.
I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Dr. Sara Wolfson, thank you very much for speaking to me today.
Thank you, Chris.